See? On time. Couldn't be more on time.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Right. Yes, I'm not used to being on time. Now what do we do?
They're not used to us being on time.
Welcome to our Sunday live hangout. We try and do this every week where we come on and have a chat with you lot and share some stuff. We do have some stuff.
A little bit. A sprinkling.
We have yes. We went up to Norwich thrifting just for a wander around, really. We wanted to explore the town a bit. And because we were there, we went charity shopping and did find some interesting stuff. So we're going to share that with you. Now we are live. So if you're watching us live, you can say hello. Please do. First in today was Fluffy Muffin. Hello. We have Ernesto, Maria.
Every time. You sing her name every time.
Of course. Emily and Mark. Hope everyone has had a super weekend. Have you had a super weekend?
It's been all right.
Been all right? Yeah. It's been a fairly relaxed one, hasn't it?
Yeah. There was a jumble sale on that we could have gone to, but it was about an hour away to drive.
Mm.
And we'd had friends around the night before and didn't really feel like it. So we couldn't decide what we were going to do. So we ended up going to Norwich instead. Today, I don't know, it's been a fairly chill one. You've been...
I've
took Jeff for a nice long walk in the woods. That was nice.
I have now finished the windows on the front of the house. I've been doing it in fits and starts. But yeah, that's pretty much... Oh, no, I do need to do a second coat on the windowsills in black.
Oh, okay. But the white's done, isn't it?
White's done. Shed windows are done. I have been preparing the gate down the side as well.
All right. Okay.
Busy.
Yeah. Oh, I've been editing.
Oh, yeah, editing.
Yeah.
Yes, you've got a video coming out. Is that of Norwich?
Yeah, so I've done a vlog of our day yesterday. Well, our trip to Norwich yesterday. So I'm hoping that'll be up on Monday.
Yes. Konnichiwa, Jake. Hi, Tina. We'll say a few more. We've got Steve. Just listening in, really, because I'm at the day job. Silly early. Oh. You're at work now? Wow. Well, hi, Steve. Seem to remember there's a few Churches fans on here. Anyone coming to see Lauren solo tomorrow? Oh. I haven't heard her solo stuff yet.
No, I haven't.
Need to look into that. Yes, Marcus. I heard the news from Marcus earlier on in the week. I think you were saying in here, yeah, you lost a neighbour, didn't you? But she was 80. So what is it they say? Had a good innings. Never makes it any easier.
She's really quite young these days, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. It's always a shock, though. When I chatted to Marcus, we were talking about how no matter, you can't prepare yourself for that stuff. No. Yeah. Craig's in.
Hello, Craig.
Hello. How am I not the first person in? These fans of yours are crazy.
I think people just like to come in and have a bit of a chat.
Yeah, we've got Lynn. We'll say a few more and then we'll crack on. Hi, Gary. Good to see you. Elaine. And Anne's with us. Michelle, lots of regulars. Right, okay. I'm going to scooch down to the end. We've also got Once Love Treasures, Belinda, Porkies. Welcome. Nia's with us. Right, am I at the bottom? I'm at the bottom. Yes.
Age is quite young if you're 79. Well, I just think about, your mum and dad. They're sort of mid-70s now, and I don't see them as being old. Do you know what I mean? They're very active still, and so yeah, in those sort of terms,
age is nothing but a number.
Exactly, and then you will have people that are that age a bit more because they're not quite as active, I suppose. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I like to act like a teenager. It keeps me young.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to share a small haul and chat perhaps in detail about some of this stuff. And then, I don't know, we could take some questions or just chat about whatever after that. So all I bought was a small pile of media that's really dull. So I'm not sharing that. But your stuff is interesting.
Yeah. Well, do you want to start with this because you spotted this?
Oh yeah.
In the charity shop, and we've picked up a piece by this artist, this sculptor before.
We've actually had more than that one. I sold one
yeah.
a long time ago, and then we had one fairly recently. But interestingly, the artist, do you remember her name?
Marie Whitby.
Marie Whitby had, or maybe still has, a studio in a village near where we used to live in Ashwell, in Hertfordshire, and she makes these figures. She does a whole huge range. People collect them, and they're quite sought after. And I spotted this one on the shelf in, where were we?
Age UK.
Age UK, and it was £1.49.
Bargain.
It is. I mean, what did you see completers for this? About 20?
Yeah, around sort of 20. Well, I think somebody, no, not completed. I looked up the golfer in particular, and there's one listed for 28.
Right. But yeah, that was nice to find. And we got into that. We were fairly late leaving, and then it's a fair drive up to Norwich, and then we got the park and ride. So we only really had an hour or so of charity shopping. And then we snuck into this one when the guy was trying to lock the doors, basically.
Well, we still had 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So
and
there were people still in there.
And I homed straight in on this and thought, oh, hello. Did you buy
Belinda said it's a bit disturbing. There's a question there for you.
Question, do you still need a Mr. Nosy book to complete your set? Stuart F. Didn't we find? Oh, we found one, but it was in terrible condition.
We did yesterday. We found one, but it wasn't in the greatest of condition.
So yes, I'm still after a Mr. Nosy to complete a Mr. Men set to go with my, because I picked up a complete Little Miss box set. Yeah. Yes, we're still in need of a Nosy. Jake saying, I've been to Norwich City Market. It's one of the biggest markets I've been to. Some good stuff for sale. If you mean the one right in the city centre, we've been there, the covered one. Although a lot of that's like food stalls, really, isn't it? A big part of it. We were there the other day.
I'm just reading Marcus's comment for a minute, and it took me a moment to get what he meant.
What this?
Yeah.
I need to highlight the fact that Andrea now has a we rub off on each other face. That was in my last video, wasn't it? I don't know what I was trying to say, but it came out all wrong.
Made me laugh.
I think I was getting at that I learn a lot about what you tend to pick up and vice versa. But what I said was we rub off on each other. Yes.
It's a woman, Belinda. Look, she's got a skirt on and everything. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be a woman to be wearing a skirt, but this particular figure, I think, is meant to be female.
That's definitely a female figure, a female golfer. Now, I think, let me know what you think. I think the style that she creates these in is very reminiscent of the illustrations by Quentin Blake. When you look at the body shape, particularly the face, and how that's done, I think it's got that Quentin Blake look about it. Quentin Blake illustrated the Roald Dahl books, and he did the first couple of David Walliams, but now it's Tony Ross, I think, does Walliams books.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a cool find.
So Stuart said he will send you a Mr. Nosy.
That is incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much. I'm happy to pay for it if you want me to pay you back for it. I've been looking for one. You know what it's like? When you need a particular book, you find all the other books and not that one. But yeah, get in touch if you want me to cover the post or pay you for it. That's fine.
Tina says, anyone else freezing? We're not actually yet. You were a bit cold earlier, but you still had a t-shirt on and all the windows were open. It
is cold tonight, I think.
It's a bit chillier tonight, but I'm not looking forward to next week when it goes down to like 7 at night.
Well, it's
the official start of autumn, I think, by the end of next week.
We still need to repair the door on our log burner. I've attempted to, because the glass is smashed, but we can't get the old fittings off to replace the glass. I have my neighbour on the job, like heating it and trying to get the screws out. Couldn't get anywhere, so we need to sort that, don't we?
Yeah, but someone's coming to sweep it next week, so that's all good. We're getting there, preparing for winter. But I'm enjoying the sunshine and the warmth that we're having for the next 2 or 3 days before all of that happens. So, yeah, I'm refusing to put the heating on yet. I don't think we need to be honest.
Well, Deborah down in Cornwall's got the log burner on now.
I haven't felt that we've needed it. Do you feel like we've needed it?
Well, you might when you go in there because I was painting the windows. I had them open so the frames could hopefully dry. I've only just shut them, so it's freezing in there.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting used to our chillier cottage, but I don't know. Ask me in the midwinter how I feel about that. I'm sure it will change.
Pete's Toys and Things. Did you get my last PM regarding Mantiforce? I haven't looked today. Well, was it yours having a conversation with? Must be. I'll have a look. Oh, the book was 20p. My pleasure to send it to you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's really kind. Lovely jubbly. Right, that's sorted then.
Mark T enjoys your traveling from room to room feature.
Where this? Hang on. I found it. Nick, I love your transporting videos. When you go from room to room, it's fun to watch you go back and forth in time. Yeah, there may be a little bit of time travel in my next video. Well, yes, there might be something coming up.
You swear you didn't copy Lex, but Lex did it first.
Now that's my teleporting. That's not going back in time.
Okay.
I do time travel. I do time travel and everything.
Do you? Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, skills. There's an interesting question about reselling. Let's do some reselling content. Question: when you sell using multiple, does eBay always charge double postage? I just sold 2 items to one person. They were charged 2 times postage. You have to set that up. You can set postage rules within your shop. So if they buy off different listings, that you can charge 1. We had that set up. I don't know if we still do really. And if they're buying multiples off the same listing, I think you can set it up, can't you? That way. You can have postage rules in place.
I don't really know. I don't do multiple listings.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a way to set that up. So automatically charges them 1 lot of postage or however you want to set it up. Okay. I just want to say, this is Marcus again. Hello. I just want to say that if you have had a bad week, both of you always cheer Rachel and I up. Well, lovely. Thank you. Don't ever change. You guys rock. Here's some love. Oh, thank you. And thanks for the, I wasn't actually about when you dropped in all those packaging supplies, but yeah, thanks for that. We appreciate it. Okay, what else are we going to share? I'm just scrolling down to the bottom.
Lots of people talking about putting their log burners on.
Tina the Turtle Warrior. Is that a new name to the chat?
I think maybe we've seen Tina before.
I'm not sure. Says, hi all, are Holly waiting for an appearance from Jeff? Where is he over there? I can't see his bed.
I think he's in the living room.
She knows your voices now. Thank you for the beautiful Cath wallet.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you for the purchase.
Tina has definitely been in the chat for a while.
I just need a holiday now.
I think under a different name because you're, yeah.
Well, Jeff might appear. He sometimes comes in halfway through. I can't hear.
He's had his dinner. He's been outside. And now he's gone off to have a snooze.
Well, we wore him out yesterday. We took him up to Norwich with us and we walked all over Norwich exploring. So we must have had a 3 or 4 mile walk yesterday with his tiny little legs. So he was shattered and he's still worn out today.
Lisa says in Luton, we have a lot of our windows open as it's warm. Yeah, so maybe it's just warmer down south at the moment. But not in Cornwall.
Have you ever posted anything to Antarctica for the penguin? For the penguin or researcher? It's just one penguin down there.
The Antarctic penguin.
Not that I'm aware of, no. I don't think we have. Okay. Hi, Nick, do you have sticky label left full sheets? I have some labels left for sale. We have very few of the 2 labels per page left. We sold some over the weekend, if that's what you mean. We have the sheets with round ones on for sale. Not sure which one you mean. Just have a look in our eBay shop. Right.
Leon has a reselling question.
Go on then.
Says, any tips or guidance for Q4 madness?
Tips or guidance? I don't know, really.
Listing. Get
Yeah.
as much as you can on.
Get it on earlier.
If you're selling loads, be organised and package well.
There you go.
I don't know. What else can we say about Q4?
Start earlier than you think you should.
Yeah, we'll definitely start now, really.
People are already.
We are in Q4 now, but
people are buying for Christmas already. So
are.
get it listed now. Get ahead of yourself. Jeff is quite the little star in his own right. He is. Wherever we go, like up in Norwich yesterday, he's just fussed in every shop.
I know.
Up the street.
So many treats yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Tina says, that's right, Andrea. I had to change mine as a problem with my account. I bought quite a few bits and bobs. Yeah.
Smash him. No point sending post to the penguins. They can't pick up the post. That's terrible.
But still funny.
One label per page. Have we got any one label per page? I think they may have all gone. I think we sold out of that. Pretty sure.
Dan's Kitchen Garden Allotment says, you can tell the colder weather is coming. I've sold so many board games over the past week.
Have you? That's interesting. Most of ours have gone. We've got a few left of the more obscure ones from that.
We need to go through ours because we tend to buy them secondhand and then keep them thinking, oh, I might play that. And then they just...
Well, you say that, but we're coming into board game, arranging to have friends around playing them. So
yeah, that is true.
We need to keep them for the winter and then flog them.
Yeah, but then people don't want to buy them in the summer.
Yeah, they can't. Right, we're going to share some stuff. Oh, can I talk about these?
Yeah.
We were on our way to Norwich. We cut through Attleborough, where you are, Marcus, because we wanted to drop off. We had a Hermes parcel going out, and there's a drop-off place in Attleborough. So we went through there to the A11, and somebody was moving house, and they were packing a big van. I had a brief chat with the lady who stood there. And they were making a little pile outside the house of stuff free to take away. So we stopped the car and had a look. And we found a rather nice picture of the shambles in York.
Yeah,
that I think we're
keen
just
on the frame, but
the frame's okay.
Yeah.
But that kind of fits our decor, so we might just keep that as is and put it up. And then this is an odd one. What is that?
It's French.
Yeah, but where?
I don't know where it is, but it was interesting. And it was numbered, so I thought I'd pick it up.
So it is a print then, not an original numbered print of a building in France. And we also picked up a what am I trying to say? A lamp, a light.
Oh yeah.
Because I like, if I see them, even if they're not worth anything to resell, I reuse the cords and the switches and the fittings when I'm rewiring stuff. But you think you might actually keep it and use it?
Well, maybe. Don't know. We'll see if we need a lamp anyway.
So yeah, that was recycling in action.
Yeah, and we really didn't buy a lot because I've only got 2 more things to show you. But this one was interesting. I spotted that on the shelf and I picked it up because I love anything floral. And that caught my eye. And then I turned it over and it is Portmeirion. So I spent quite a while last night, didn't I, trying to identify what the pattern is called, or what the design is. And the only thing that came up weirdly was this exact design, but on Purbeck pottering. So doing some further research, I think that this is 1970s Portmeirion. And the reason why is because this design comes up showing on mugs that were issued in the 70s. And they were like, there are a few different sort of floral design mugs. And this was one of them. And also the back stamp on my research is it fits with 60s or 70s Portmeirion. So yeah, I'm thinking this is 1970s Portmeirion, and I'm hoping it's quite rare. I paid £3 for it, which is quite a lot, but I just wanted to learn a bit about it more than anything. And I thought, if it's not worth anything, can use it as a toothbrush holder or something. So,
but you were quite puzzled.
Yeah, I was puzzled why Purbeck Pottery quite recently have this exact design on it.
Maybe
it's
they
not even
licensed.
similar, and that's what I was thinking. That is now my thought, that because this was 70s and it's discontinued, they've licensed this design.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, that was interesting. Is
a mug without a handle known as a beaker?
Well, yes, but I don't think this is a mug or a beaker. I would say, yeah. I think that originally it probably had a lid, a sort of a cork lid or a wooden lid or something.
Yeah, possibly.
Originally, but I mean, you could use that for anything, can you? Like I say, toothbrush holder, pen pot, anything.
Tina had the York picture. Well, I think the Shambles in York is one of the most photographed and painted places in the country, isn't it? Hey, Steve's in. Hello, mate.
Hello, Steve.
Let's answer a few questions. Do you set minimum offer amounts on your items, or just allow all offers and filter the jokers out manually? Now, we differ on this.
I set minimum, yeah, because I get annoyed.
I just put allow offers, and I think activity on it is helpful, and I don't mind people giving me silly offers. I just send back the offer that I'm happy with, and it still sometimes works out. We had one the other day. Someone sent a really low ball, and we ended up somewhere that we were both happy with. So yeah, we do it slightly differently. Pop in anytime. Thank you. Yes, we will. I listed a load of new sealed board games today. Tomorrow will be vintage board games. I picked up more than I realized recently. Good stuff. I've been working through toys. You may have seen there's a video coming soon, like a second part to that. And we've sold loads over the weekend. We've had a pretty good weekend. So I think I will do a picking orders video tomorrow. I was going to try and, mix up the videos, but it should be an interesting one. So toys are certainly going well for us. In fact, I had a message from a buyer said, if I buy 2 lots of your Happy Land, can you combine shipping? By the time I'd seen the message and answered, they'd sold to other people. She was too slow. Yeah. Genster1, enjoying your jumble trail videos. Are there many car boots near you that you've been to, or do you prefer jumble trails?
There are car boots, but they're not super near to us. It's, they're very early, and it's at least half an hour journey away, is it? At least.
Yeah.
So it puts us off because we don't like the early mornings that much.
I think we will go to the boot sales. We do want to explore them. I think we'll do more of that next year.
We keep saying that, but when it comes up and we say, let's go to the boot sale, that day comes around and we go, no.
If there's a yard sale or a jumble sale on, that takes precedent. We do prefer them. But we do very well at boot sales when we go to boot sales. We have done some local ones. What they do around here is, like, our village, for example, might have a couple of boot sales a year, and the little villages around here do similar. And we've done quite well at those local village ones where you don't get many dealers. You get families having a once a year clear out, and they're really quite good. But we've not been to any. There's some big ones up at Norwich we've not explored.
Our village had one the weekend that we moved in last year, and I haven't heard anything about them having another one this year.
No, there was, but it was when we were away in Hastings.
Oh, yeah.
There was another one in the summer.
Right. But they haven't talked about one sort of autumnish.
Chris has been busy, managed to cut the grass today. It won't be the last time before Christmas. We don't have a lawn anymore, and I don't miss it at all. Hello, Phil. I have an Antarctic £1 coin in my stock. So they defo have money down there. So must have buyers. Yeah, if they're minting money, there's got to be a few people to spend it.
Right, I think we're back. I think we've caught up now.
Right, we've caught up. Okay, let me go back down. Okay. Do you want to share?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if anybody else had any thoughts on that. Port Merion. Swimmy Bear says, so many of the UK potteries have merged and changed hands over the years. There's lots of overlap. Yeah, I don't think they've merged, certainly, but yeah. Okay.
There's lots of comments. Well, I just saw one and it disappeared. Gavin's talking about how many items to keep the algorithm happy. Nobody really knows the answer to that. I'm not sure there is a peak amount. It stands to reason the more you list, the more you sell. You know, we always get a boost in sales when we list a load, but that's just because there's more fresh stock available for people to buy. I'm not sure that trying to work out the algorithm ever actually helps anybody, and they change it constantly anyway.
Yeah, and it just gives you a headache and gets you stressed.
So I think just focus on getting as much listed as you can. That's all you can do, and let the algorithm do its thing. Don't worry about that. Just crack on with finding good quality stuff and get it listed. Says me, who has a shed full of stuff that needs listing. I'm doing all right at the minute, though. Cracking through the bulky stuff is my plan. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there's the one you were mentioning. Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? Oh, Raymond's late. Right, stand in the corner and think about what you've done. Oh, and Secret Carper's like, what is going on, everybody? We were the only ones on time today. Okay.
Yeah, there's some questions about the Royal Mail.
Yes.
And price increases. You were trying to figure it out the other day, weren't you? Because we have a Royal Mail account, so it's not obvious how much.
Oh, it's complicated. Yeah, I have an online business account and I use Click and Drop to actually. They don't publish our prices to us. I have to go in and figure it out by looking at invoices. And yeah, we've had the same jump that everybody else has had. There's nothing you can do about it. So you just have to be aware of it and adjust things if you need to. I was speaking to some people who are just not bothering with any media, any cheap media anymore. I think I will do less. I'm still going to do media, but bundles is the way to go, or obviously the expensive sought after stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the margins on cheap media are squeezed to the point where there's nothing in it now. Yeah. And you've just got to adapt to that, really.
So we just need to figure out as well whether we need to tweak all of our postage prices.
Oh yeah, Mark, in your toy section, what's your favorite selling item? So do you mean what I like to sell the most, or what's the best selling? To give you an idea of all of the stuff I was sorting out in the shed the other week, the Happy Land stuff has sold quickest, which I was surprised with, actually. I thought the Playmobil would go quicker, although not all of that is listed yet. But yeah, toys, I suppose my favorite is Lego. I've been buying and selling Lego since the 90s, and I love it. I've got a lot of Lego I'm working on to sort into bundles and stuff. So yeah, I guess Lego. Oh, and Duplo. And in fact, I prefer selling Duplo because it's easier, less fiddly bits. Okay.
Tina's going to a rummage sale where you pay as you go out. I like that sort of thing. We used to go to a jumble sale that you'd pay for the bag, didn't you? And then you could just fill it with whatever you wanted. Oh. And it always felt weird, didn't it? Like putting stuff in your bag.
Yeah.
Cool. That's why we got a Hero Quest.
I remember getting comments on that because it is fill a bag, take as much as you want, and it's £5 a bag.
Yeah, £5 for it was like £2 for a carrier bag size, £5 for a sack, like a bin bag.
And we got into a good discussion, I think, on one of these live streams about, is it okay to just go up to the trays of media and fill your bag? And I was saying, well, yes, I think so. Actually, at that very one you're thinking about, there was me and this other chap who turned up at these crates of CDs and DVDs, and we both just went, meh, and filled our bags. And it's fine. The people there were encouraging you to take as much as you could physically carry because they didn't want to deal with any of it.
Yeah.
At the end, people were like, take this, have this. Would you like all of this? Just chuck it. Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And we found a hero quest that day.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I wasn't listening. Right. Are you going to share more
Steve
stuff?
said he'd happily concrete over his back garden.
I didn't enjoy mowing the lawn at our last house. We had a lawn back and a lawn front, and it was just a pain. In fact, we had 2 little lawns either side of the drive at the front. It was a pain in the neck. It didn't stop growing.
Our garden's still quite a bit of maintenance, though, isn't it? Because you were out pruning the roses earlier.
I was pruning roses. Yes, I find that this is a lot more manageable, though.
Yeah,
for us.
Deborah wishes that they had jumble trails in Cornwall. Most of our car boots have ended for the season. Our charity shop prices are so inflated, it's hard to find a bargain. Yeah.
Well,
I think the yard sales, though, are finishing. They're winding up.
Yard sales are coming to an end. But be the person to start them. And when the full app is launched, there's so many tools on there that will help you to create it and make it available for people to look at the map and where all the stalls are. So that will help. But yeah, be that person. Create one in your village and the next village, and yeah. Because all of the jumble sales that exist, all it takes is one person to decide that's what they're going to do, and they just make it happen. Yeah, go for it. Right.
Shall I just show you my very last thing, and then we can carry on answering some questions?
Yeah.
So I paid £5.50 for it, and it is Meakin, and it's the filigree pattern. So it's not just one plate. I did pay £5.50 for one plate. I paid £5.50 for 6 cups and saucers and 1 little jug.
These are Diddy. These are
they're like espresso size. That's what I'm going to list them as. I'm sure back in the day they're called coffee cups. So back in the day that would have been, that's how much coffee you would have drunk, but not in our greedy modern day times. So I will put the keyword espresso in this as make it a little espresso set. Yeah. But I just thought, oh, that's so super cute.
Look how dinky that.
Love that design.
Dinky jug.
So sweet.
Yeah.
So somebody has got. I couldn't find any particular cups and saucers on Solds, but somebody's got 6 cups alone listed for 20. So I'm thinking with the saucers and the jug, somewhere 30 to 40 maybe.
Well, go for it. I mean, what have you got to lose?
I'm going to try. You never know.
It's all in lovely condition, and being a set of 6, I think that's quite unusual.
Yeah.
You're not going to find many. Well, you can't find many when you were looking. So.
Oh, Hey has sold.
Hey. No, what, for the full asking?
Yeah.
Ooh.
As far as I know.
That might be in the video tomorrow that I've decided I'm going to make. Oh. Christmases are coming. People are paying. What was it on it?
40.
People are paying 40 quid for Disney plushes right now. Christmases are coming. So yeah, they were really nice.
It was a brand new one though.
It was new in the packaging. Yes, that Hey. Yeah,
so I'm pleased with that,
I think you were filming your vlog at the time, so that may be in your vlog.
It is in the vlog.
And that was right at the end of the day as well. I think we might have been their last customer. And they still very kindly wrapped it all for us. They were really helpful.
She was lovely, wasn't she? She was making a fuss of Jeff, and he got treats from her and treats from another person that worked there. They were loving him.
They were queuing up to give Jeff treats.
Yeah.
And it was it was an animal charity, wasn't it?
Wood Green, I think.
Wood Green. Yeah. So we're happy to donate for them. We actually rounded up the purchase price as well. Which I would do for an animal charity. Okay, so that's it. That was our thrifting in Norwich. We didn't go bananas, but we bought a few things. Hello, James. Evening all. Hope everyone had a top weekend. Yeah, hope you're good.
Lots of people late. It's getting busy in that corner.
Into the late corner, all of you. Don't mess about while you're there.
Sandra says, hi, I'm being made redundant in December, so I might try full-time reselling. Just part-time at the moment. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'm sorry to hear that, but yeah, turn it into a positive.
Yeah.
Give it a go. Throw everything you have at it and see how it works out.
You know what they say, when one door closes, another opens.
Yeah. I mean, you say there that you've been part-time, so you know the ropes, you know how it all works. You're off to a head start. Yep, no time like the present.
Maggie's never heard of Happy Land. I think it was Early Learning Centre, wasn't it?
Yeah, Early Learning Centre. I don't know if it's still in production, but it is really popular and still quite sought after. Yeah, I always do quite well with it.
Andy says, sorry for the dull question, but do you have public liability insurance?
No. We used to when we had retail outlets. We used to pay, I don't know who we used back then, but we don't
have public coming in. Liability.
No. Some people feel like you should have it if you're selling electricals and stuff, but it's never been an issue. But if it makes you feel more comfortable, go for it. But we don't feel the need for that. We have had it over the years, like I say, when we've had retail outlets.
Just remembering there was a question here about could you recommend any label printers?
The two that I can recommend are the ones I currently use. One, we made a video about the Munbin range of printers. Munbin sent us one to review and use. Can't fault it. It's really good. That video is still on the channel if you want to go and have a look at that. The one I've had for years, and I still have, is a Zebra GK420D, and that is built like a tank. Never had a problem with it. They're not cheap. Even secondhand, you're looking at about £100 sometimes. I think we got ours secondhand for maybe 70 or something ages ago, like 10 years ago. So yeah, Zebra and Munbin I can recommend, but there are others. I think a lot of people use Brother, don't they? Printers.
Yeah. Tina says, we've decided to let our lawn become a meadow with just a path mown through it. It saves explaining why it's such a mess, and the dog and the hedgehogs and birds love it. Yeah, we used to do that with our front lawn, much to the disagreement of our elderly neighbours.
we had neighbours. If you look out of our old house on our right, we had a lovely lady called Joan, and then other neighbours that we got on very well with. They were gardeners.
Their lawns were immaculate.
They
absolutely immaculate.
It was like golf lawns, golf greens, wasn't it? They were manicured, and then there was ours, and we would let ours go wild quite a lot of the time.
Yeah, but
I totally agree with.
I liked it that way. For those reasons, and we did used to let our back garden go that way in the main part of summer. We'd mow it like maybe once or twice a year just to tidy it up. But through the summer we would let it go wild. But I think if you've got a family and you've got kids that want to use the garden to play in and stuff, it's tricky. You can't have a meadow then, can you?
Yeah, when Ellen was younger, I would mow it quite regularly.
Yeah.
But the beauty of letting it grow through is all the wild flowers come up, and you instantly see a lot more butterflies and bees, etc. So yeah, if you can, do it.
That's interesting. Thank you, Johnny Forticoats. Demi-tasse, keyword for small coffee cups. Demi-tasse. Hang on. Will I remember that?
No, you won't remember that. You'll never remember that.
I'll never remember
it. People liking it. Very pretty. It is. I think that will sell.
I like it. Yeah.
Steve's in with a question for you. Do you feel the cup and saucer sets stick around? Mine take up room and stick around forever.
Yeah, and I have actually made a rule with myself not to buy any more cups and saucers.
Well, you're doing well.
but that's different. Tea cups and saucers don't sell that well because people don't drink tea out of cups and saucers anymore. They just don't. We all drink tea out of a massive mug or a decent mug or whatever. But there are lots of people who have their fancy coffee machines and whatnot, and they do enjoy drinking their espresso out of fancy cups.
And there's always exceptions, aren't there? When we had that haul of the vintage haul from our neighbour, there were some really fancy ones, and those actually didn't stick around. They did quite well. Even individual ones, 1 cup and 1 saucer, we got like £25 for one. I can't remember the make, but they were really fancy. I think there's always exceptions, but the general trend,
because they're
not that fashionable.
I've got some Broadhurst and sold pretty much everything else out of what I had, pretty much straight away. But the cups and saucers are just hanging around. And then we bought some from a boot sale in the summer, with like bamboo design on it. And I sold the plates and the side plates and everything else went straight away. Cups and saucers now, still sitting there. But we have sold espresso cups quite well, which is why I was thinking of, keywording them with that.
But the best things are dinner plates.
Yeah.
Dinner plates, great.
Yeah. Although, I've got some on singles at the moment, and they're not moving. So
again, within that, there's stuff that will sell fast, and there's stuff that will sit around forever.
So I need to just take them off and do them as a set, because I do have sets. I just thought I'd try and split them out. This
is interesting, and I was talking about this only the other week when we were at a yard sale, and there was a table covered in Beanie Babies, and I thought, I'm going to look up, see what they're doing, because they're due a comeback. Tina says, get your old tie beanies and buddies on, folks. They are selling well at the moment. Decided to sell my collection recently, and they're flying. Pairing them up, that's interesting as well. Making it worth doing, I guess. But I think I'm going to start asking when people have a table full, because if they're saying 50p each or whatever, and then I can throw out a price to clear a collection.
Yeah.
Because it's been a long time now. You think about it, that took off in the late 90s. And it's due for that generation, like your brother who was into it when he was a kid.
Yeah.
To start buying them back again.
Yeah, we used to go to a shop, didn't we, where they lived in Bournemouth-on-the-Water.
Yeah.
And that would be like a destination, because Matthew always wanted to look at the ties. Yeah. And I had a couple from there as well.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, and we'll keep our eyes on that market. Wood green, a good cause, indeed. What a few people have asked me about the eBay AI. I'm not using it.
No.
I've been buying recently. Well,
I'm
always buying. You can tell when a description is written by AI, because it just puts a load of flowery nonsense in.
You read one the other day and it just sounded ridiculous, didn't it?
I think the AI description that I read was just taken from the title, and it just said the same stuff in flowery, nonsensical, long-winded words, and nobody needs that.
I mean, the flowery words are all right if they make sense and actually sell the item. But when what was it saying? This, I can't even remember. It was a toy or something, and it was just going, you must have this lovely soft plush for your collection or whatever. I don't know what it was. It was all really.
It was daft.
It made us laugh. It was like reading. When you get something that's been made in China, and then they translated the instructions, and you try to read the instructions, and it's just,
This toy will make your life happy.
Yes.
You will smile with this toy in your life. It is soft and nice for your collection. It's probably not that bad. That might have just been somebody's wording.
It might have been.
Anyway, there was more to that comment. Wood green is a good cause. However, the one in Newport Pagnell has ridiculous prices. The worst I've seen. Wow.
I was going to say.
When one door closes, you realise you've forgotten the keys. Why is everybody late? This is outrageous and, shocking behaviour. Okay. They still sell Happyland, right? David's in with the facts. but it's now sold at the Entertainer. Oh, okay. Ah. Talking of Norwich, there's Matty. I was actually saying to Andrea earlier, I need to text you when we're thinking of going up and arrange to meet up, as we keep saying. Whenever we bump into you, we say, yeah, we'll get together and go around the charity shops in Norwich, and we haven't arranged it yet.
Oh, thanks, Gadget.
Gadget Man, thank you for the super chat. Hi, I love your Instagram video of Jeff howling. Yes.
Oh, yeah, we do have it now. Because when the AI thing started, I didn't have it on the app, but it's there now.
I might mess about with it, make a video.
Yeah.
I don't know. I say that, I probably won't. Thank you, Gadget Man. Yeah, if you don't know, Jeff has his own Instagram. He's very clever and he can create his own posts, and he regularly posts on Instagram, doesn't he? Did he put something up today?
Clever. Not yet.
I think he might have filmed something.
He filmed something today.
He filmed something in the woods today. Jeff, when are you going to post on Insta?
I'm going to snooze now. You'll do it later.
I think it's called The Daily Jeff, with spaces or dashes.
Dots in between.
The Daily Jeff with dots in between, if you want to see videos of Jeff howling and being cute and stuff.
Deborah's saying, I carry public liability insurance through Simply Business, £80 for the year. I sell at antique and collectors fairs. Look for cover under market traders.
There you go.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I can't remember who we used to use for our shop cover.
Hi, Gary. Says his son's reselling full time now, doing well.
Oh, interesting. Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, best of luck to him. There's no luck involved, by the way, folks. It's all hard work and perseverance. Hi, everyone. I'm not late, says J Lo, the original. Hello. I've been lurking. Just wanted to say I was going to go to a jumble sale yesterday, but it said strictly no traders or dealers, so I didn't bother. How are they going to tell? This is the weird thing about that. And why are they?
Well, more fool them, because they probably didn't sell as much as
they won't sell as much.
Because I literally, whenever we go to a jumble sale, there is a bunch of people in front of us, and they're all resellers.
It's the same.
Everybody who's arrives first and queues for like 45 minutes, whatever, that we queue for.
They're all dealers in some way, shape, or form.
All resellers.
And I think it's a very short-sighted thing for an organizer to do, to say no traders or dealers. Mm. The other thing is, when we go, we also buy stuff for ourselves.
We do.
And, you know, at a single jumble sale, we can put down £50. Mm. So that's, if they say to us, you're not allowed in because we've seen you on the internet, we'll be like, well, that's 50 quid you're not going to make.
We buy stuff for our house, we buy clothes, you know, as well as stuff for the business. So,
and how are they going to tell? Because I could stand and say, okay, I won't buy anything for my business, I'll just buy it for myself then. Are they still not letting us in? That's for another day. Let's move on.
Yeah. You know, it's not like we have ID that says job description.
Steve, oh yeah, mine's a mess because of the wildlife as well. Yeah. Steve, somebody talking about label printers. This is a good solution if you don't have one, and if you want to ship everything with use the printer in store. You can get the little QR codes, go in, scan, and then it prints it out for you. So that is a good solution. Once loved treasures. Now you buy tables to put the cups and saucers and jugs on.
Yes, that is true. I do.
We've transitioned into small furniture, apparently.
Yeah.
Yes, I used the Every Deal through eBay. We had an order going out, and I happened to just use Packlink, and there was a 30% off or something. So worth looking at. Ends on Tuesday at 6 p.m. There you go. I have a
big lawn.
Big lawn. Back and front, going to contact a local allotment service to take over the back to grow veg.
Oh, good idea.
Why not?
What's that Kin saying? I really loved the side table you found in your last video. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's going to look...
Somebody suggested it might be brass, and I said I didn't think it felt like it when I was touching it, but it actually might be. You said it could be.
It could be. We haven't. I haven't
needs
taken
a good clean, and then we can try and figure it out.
Yeah, a good clean first, and then we'll be able to see. Yeah. And then I think we're going to try and restore that one a little bit, or at least bring it up so you can see that, and maybe not stain it.
Either oil it or wax
oil it. Put some wood oil on it and bring all the colours out. I think that'd be nice. Yeah. Okie dokie. What are the comments? How are we doing for time? We've got 10 minutes to read stuff. I bought a bundle. We're back on tie beanies. I bought a bundle of 30 tie beanies at around 30p each. Sold most well, but the issue was a lot of super rare spamming, so it's hard to know a true reflection of cost. £5 to £10 each was achievable. Yeah, so that with the cheap ones as well, as somebody else was saying, you could do bundles of 2 or 3 and make it worthwhile. But I think I'm going to buy a collection next time I see it and it's cheap, and see what the results are.
Flippy Maggie agrees that dinner plates are the best, except for the weight. Yeah. But as long as you put I always add postage to mine anyway. So, and for the most part, you know, pretty fantastic at your packaging.
I think we're talking about
beanies.
Beanies again, ties. They need to be tagged. Yes, with the little heart tie thing on. Need to be tagged to sell well and agree. One lady bought some as she had as a child. You can get over £20 for a buddy and a beanie together. Now, buddies were the big bears.
I like those. Really
you had a couple, didn't you?
Yeah.
And the normal bears they did loads of them, didn't they? Yeah. And there's the Diana one. We saw a Diana one on a table.
But it's
and we were like,
no, we can't remember. We can never remember what was
something to do with the type of beans inside it. The first edition, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh. Peter found some magic cards.
Oh, I found a folder full of Magic the Gathering cards earlier at the car boot. Never sold them before, but will enjoy looking them up. Now, if they're in a folder, that's a really good sign. And I would have almost certainly bought it. If somebody's gone to the lengths of putting them in a folder, hopefully you've got some rare stuff in there. Yeah, I'm sure you know, Pete, so I won't teach you how to suck eggs. But on the set symbol, if it's gold, it's a rare. They'll be the ones worth looking up, definitely. And like with Pokemon, foils will have more value. A rare foil potentially will have more, but there's no shortcut. You need to look them all up. Steve's been using the AI. Then I got bit when I'd put the wrong info in the specifics, so I've stopped. So does it take the data, take its cues from the specifics?
Yeah, I guess it must do.
Interesting. So it backfired a bit there. Hello, Chatterbox Vlogs. Evening also, not been here for a while. Hope everyone is okay. Yes, hope you are too. What's this? Is this AI? A valuable addition for gamers and collectors alike, with fine, precise detail and detailed fine precision. This is what I'm talking about. It's just word salad, isn't it? It's just like, how does that help at all? My descriptions, I've been doing this for years now. Basically, I put some thought into the title, and then I copy that into the description. Then in the little description box, I do what I need to put in there about the actual condition and of the item, and then I copy that and put that in, and that's it. Yeah,
I do that, and I put measurements in as well.
Yeah, I sometimes it all depends on the item. If you're selling I don't know, a stereo system, you might want to put quite a bit more description in there.
I mean, I really don't know if it sells it better if you're a bit more sort of flowery with your wording. But
I don't think so.
There's a while back, people were talking about the fact that people don't read descriptions anyway, because when you're looking at, you know, on the app, the description is pretty much hidden. And the people are looking at the photos, they're looking at the item specifics, they're looking at the condition box, and that informs whether they want to buy it or not. They're not really looking at the description box.
Yep.
So,
I mean, as a buyer of a lot of vinyl these days, I know that I do want some mention of the condition of the vinyl and some mention of the condition of the sleeve, so I know they've looked at it and they've thought about it and put it in there. Even if they just say sleeves are in good clean condition, please see the photos, or see the third picture for the dent on the corner. I think you need to go to that length at least, so as a buyer you feel you have faith that they have thought about it and they're telling you everything.
Yeah.
If there's any less than that, I'm sending them questions, right? Yeah, it's an interesting one. But flowery stuff like that is just a waste of space. It really is.
It is. I think it's just eBay getting on the bandwagon of AI and using it in the way that they can.
Jake with a question. How do you know if a video game is worth picking up? Ones that are worth £30 plus. Unless you've got that knowledge in your brain, you're not going to know. So it will be a case of looking them up on the spot. There's again, with any of this, there's no shortcut, but we do generally all have a phone in our pocket, so you can look up completeds. With video games, the more obscure it looks is a good sign. If the artwork on the front looks Japanese and a bit manga-ish, that's a good sign. If it's an RPG game, if you flip it over and you can see on the back the detail, it's an RPG, good sign. But there are no shortcuts, but we can all use a smartphone and look it up. Oh, right. All right. We will try and remember. I'll try and remember to drop you a text and we'll sort something out. But we really did enjoy. We were down by the river. What was that really pretty road we walked up that you wanted to go look at?
Oh, we were just walking around the back streets, weren't we? Just
there was that particular place with the hill. What was that hill?
Yeah.
Don't remember the name of it.
No.
Huh. It was nice down by the river. Have you ever been to Dereham charity shopping? I think we have.
We have done a vlog on it.
I went to the RSPCA last week and they wanted £10 for a tiny Hallmark itty bitty soft toy. So they are now actually asking for more than eBay prices.
Well, perhaps you can help us. Do you know if the Big C charity shop is still open in Dereham?
Oh, is that one that we had a change request?
We had a change request because the last time we were there, we went in there, and that's where we bought all the Arca stuff. And it's a really good charity. Well, it was. I hope it's still open, to be honest with you. But yeah, somebody said that it had closed down, and I'm hoping it hasn't because it was the best one in Dereham.
What's this about? Unless the resellers are starting a fight all the time. Who's starting fights? Well, at the jumble.
Oh, it must be. We're catching up with
sorry, we're way behind.
Comments about the not being allowed at the jumble.
Right, exactly what I thought. How do they know? I know. And how do you enforce that? And it's just such a weird point of view to have.
Well, our what do they call it? The reuse shop or whatever in Thetford at the tip. That says no resellers or whatever. And we've been there a few times. We've bought stuff for ourselves, and the guy in there knows because he watches our videos, so he doesn't say anything. So
he knows, and the irony there is, he resells.
Yeah, and we've had conversations between them.
Do you know what came in last week? Oh, I did really well with this and that, and they're worth this much. And we're like, and there's a sign, no reselling. Yeah. The thing, let's touch on this one more time. Like, the thing is that I had a point I was going to say. Yeah. As resellers, we go to a jumble sale. Personally, we don't haggle really at a jumble sale. Generally, the price is that good. You just go, yeah, fine, good job. Yeah, here's your money. So what does it matter if I buy it or Joe Bloggs, who's going to keep it, buys it? I don't understand the difference. How is it going to help the jumble sale? I don't understand.
No, because they're getting the same amount for it, and
perhaps their thought is they would rather the general public get the bargains so they come back again. I don't know.
I don't know, but it is very narrow-minded because it kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It pushes away. I can't think of the word I want. It pushes away a lot of the market, so they end up with less people buying.
Yeah.
What am I trying to say?
Well, here's a point.
Ostracizes.
Yep.
Something like that, you know.
Here's a point. The last couple of jumble sales we've been to, we stuck around because we had nowhere else to go, and we were still there when it was really winding up. There wasn't hardly anybody left there, and they still had loads of stuff, and they were trying hard to get us to buy stuff and take it away. Yeah. And we did. We still bought stuff right at the end, and we took away stuff they were just going to dump, I think. So we were still helping them out right at the end. What if they'd not let us in the first place? Exactly. Anyway, let's move on.
What's that question there from Johnny?
This one.
Coates.
There.
Do you ever avoid a jumble sale if you disagree with the cause it is fundraising for? To be honest, I've never disagreed with the cause that they've had a jumble sale, so I've not had that issue.
No, very often the ones we go to are raising funds for local groups or churches or stuff.
Yeah, or
so we've not had cause to question it, really. Interesting point. Pete goes to jumbles. He says, most jumbles I go to, I guarantee who is going to be the first few in the queue. Yep, we got to know all the faces.
We did, and already we're recognising people at the 2 or 3 we've been to.
Yeah, up here. Yeah. And it's interesting because it's a mix of, obviously we're dealers, we're buying to resell. We also buy for ourselves, but we're buying to resell. There's some we've got to know just to say hello to, and they're part-time, they do it alongside work. There's some that are, maybe retired and just do it for fun and a bit of extra income. And then there's the guys that turn up in a van and they're buying all sorts of stuff, obvious dealers and antique dealers and stuff. There's a whole range. But if they're going to say no resellers and you cut all of that out, they're going to, no doubt.
They'll lose half of their buyers, I reckon.
They'll lose half their revenue. Yeah. Because the average Joe who turns up just buying for himself is going to pick one of them, and go away.
Yeah.
We'll fill 2 or 3 IKEA bags sometimes. I just don't understand. Okay. Have you ever done a video on how to do a bulk upload for labels? No. I don't think I really do things as because 99% of our stuff goes Royal Mail and I use a particular account, so I'm not sure that would be helpful to show how I do things.
Yeah, and I see what you mean, Belinda. Yeah.
What's that?
It reminded me that this is the table of those Indian wooden boxes with brass inlay.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Daniel says, my local charity shop knows I sell online. Luckily, they like me. And as I sometimes leave with large amounts, the other day, I bought 15 kids' bedroom roller blinds at £1.50 each. Yeah. We
know people. We have good friends who have made relationships with charity shops. They know exactly what they do and they save them stuff. And they have a really good working relationship, and the manager's happy to get this injection of cash that they can guarantee, so-and-so is going to turn up on a Monday and we're going to offer him all of this. And it works, it works both ways. They do well out of it. They don't have to process it. One person I'm thinking of buys loads of electronic stuff, right? That the charity shop doesn't have to test, doesn't have to put out on the shop floor, doesn't have to clean, doesn't have to guarantee. Cash in hand, here's all your stuff. And it works. We're still on this. We're still on this subject.
Yeah, I think it's a subject that's never going to go away. Read Steve's comment there.
Steve, what Steve said? Do you want to read that out? I'm just going to get a drink.
Says, I lie to old dears in charity shops every week. There's a lady every week who asks me, is that for your man cave? Yes, Doris, this potent jacket is for my man cave. Are you happy I lied to you, Doris?
Steve's man cave is full of stuff, you know.
It's all the women's clothes he buys for a Friday night.
Yeah.
And, Chatterbox Vlog says, I've been given what I think is a letter opener, but something is telling me I need to get it checked out. Anybody know what to look out for? It's quite heavy. No, not me, but somebody in the chat might be able to. Raymond, regarding no traders or resellers policy, would they stop that was the question, isn't it? Would they stop part-time resellers as well? C. Blaney says, what are your thoughts on carnival glass coming back into trend or not? I've not seen it coming back into trend.
We had some a while back, and when we did our research, it wasn't worth what we had. Wasn't worth messing with.
Didn't even sell it at the boot sale.
We took it to the boot sale to see if we could just turn it over there, and nobody was interested there.
No.
But
I don't like it. That's just personal.
That's
taste.
a personal preference, but I don't know. I'm sure there's exceptions, and there'll be pieces of carnival glass that will be worth hundreds. But the stuff we had seemed, like there was no demand. Right, we have zoomed past 9 o'clock.
Oh, we have. Yeah, and Big Brother is starting tonight, but we're going to watch it on catch up because we don't have, it's a confusing thing, but we don't have a TV subscription, so we will stream everything. So we can't stream it until it's finished, if that makes sense.
And I'm actually on a call tonight for the app.
What time?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Quick second on the app. Apple is underway, going well. I'm on a call tonight about it. Everybody involved with the app is meeting up. We've got a meeting set next Sunday, is it? Actually, we're going to be back in time if we're away next Sunday. We should be.
I don't know. That's a good question.
We're having a whole day on the app.
I hope we are, because
talking about we're planning the public launch. So that's, it is all happening. We don't have a timescale for lead up to launch yet. I think it's going to be beginning of next season. So we can get everything sorted and working perfectly in time is the idea. Right.
I'm scooching down to the end. I'm just seeing if anything jumps out at me.
Can I just touch on that one? This comes up fairly regularly. In terms of full-time reselling, how many items should I realistically be listing in a week? Seriously considering full-time reselling. I think that's the wrong way of looking at it. And there's no answer to that. It depends what you're selling. If you're finding incredibly good high profit items, you might be able to just sell 10 items a week and be comfortable. If you're doing maybe more what I'm doing, relatively low value stuff, you would have to turn over considerably more. But then again, I sell anything from £5 up to £100. If I'm selling more of the higher value ones, I'll sell less to make the same amount of money. There is no magic number. It totally depends on what you choose to resell. So yeah, it's such an impossible question to answer. Someone talking about midges. I've not seen many midges around here.
I did actually yesterday. Walked down the river, I think it was. Walked into like a
The Big C is still open.
Ah, where was that?
Little
yes.
My.
Oh,
right, I'm going to have to look at, because we had
good. I'm very pleased about that.
We had a change submission come through that said it was closed down. Maybe, unless it's a different one. We'll have to pop up there and just have a wander around, I think. Double check a few things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had that the other day.
When we bought this in Wood Green, they asked would I like to round up, and I actually did, because it was an animal shelter place.
Porky said, I'm sure the one in Durham was open last week. So good. That's good. That's a relief. When you next go to Durham, please try to film in the RSPCA. Yeah, where is that?
I think we went in it. I think we did all the charity shops there when we went up with our friends from
Durham. We didn't go to Durham.
Oh, did we not?
No, we went to Durham on our own with Jeff. There was one.
I'm getting confused
take Jeff
then.
in, and you went in, and I just stood outside. That was opposite the Big C.
So many towns and villages and charity shops.
I can't remember which one that was.
I can't remember. Right. We normally end on words of wisdom. So we'll read a few of your words out and pick a favourite and leave on a positive. Vicky, I always miss your live videos. Always. Too much musical theatre is taking me away. Well, you're here right now.
Question. Just a thought. A lot of yard sale events are organised to raise money for charity. Some of the income would be from the sale of maps. Would your app stop this source of funds? No. So
we are building in an option where you can just use the app to advertise the event that's going on. You have the option to not pin your stalls and just have a pin that says there is a yard sale event in this village on this day between this time and this time. There's a note section where you can just put maps will be available on the day from the village hall. Pin your event on that village hall. It will all work perfectly. We don't want to undermine people raising money for charity. That's never been part of what we're trying to do here. We just want to spread awareness for their events and help them make more money. So yes, that has been thought about. I'm not sure if version 1 has that capability yet. No, it does. It does. But yes, a very good point. And one that has had a lot of thought put into it. So we're not causing more problems than we're solving.
Okay, so we've started with words of wisdom, and Elaine is first. If you see me talking to myself, just move along as I'm self-employed and having a staff meeting. Were you having a staff meeting earlier? Well, I was taking some pictures on the stairs and stuff for Instagram because I wanted to get, the light was coming in really nicely. So I was up the top and you were chatting away to yourself. I don't know what you were saying.
Where was I?
Here. I think you just finished your lunch. You're having a full-on conversation with yourself. I couldn't hear what you were saying, but you were chatting.
I was having a staff meeting there.
That's what I was saying. Were you having a staff meeting?
I was telling myself off for not being productive enough.
Tina's words of wisdom. Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. That is true. That happens more often than not. That's the words I'm trying to say. Oh, gosh. Oh, dear. Peter Welsh says, know how to listen and you will profit even from those who talk badly.
Yeah, knowing when to just shut up and listen is a life lesson. It takes some people an entire lifetime to learn. I'm not saying I'm good at it, but I do know when to shut up. I like to think. But yeah, we all know those people who just talk at you and don't stop. We all know those people and they're exhausting.
Belinda, don't go to a jumble sale with a I'm a reseller, kiss me quick hat on. Noted.
Yeah. Oh, Marcus had loads of midges today. Oh, perhaps touch wood.
Yeah.
We're avoiding them. I've not seen many here.
Janet says families are like fudge, sweet with a few nuts.
Nice. Yep. As a jewelry reseller, let me just read Christina's there quick. As a jewelry reseller, it makes me cross when I see a van saying we buy all your silver and gold in brackets for peanuts. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Phil's words of wisdom. Either you run the day or the day runs you.
Oh, it's so true. I had too many days where I get to like, I don't know, 4 or 5 in the afternoon. I'm like, where's the day gone? In fact, I say that most days. Yes, need to get going earlier. Yes, I know.
Janet says, kindness doesn't cost a thing, yet it is the richest gift that you can give.
That's so good.
And Marcus says, dogs have many friends because they wag their tails, not their tongues. Is it? I wonder how many friends they would lose if you could actually read their thoughts. You knew what they were saying. This person that's making a fuss of me, it's
That's a good one.
I don't care for that person. Tina's words of wisdom. Don't buy a house with a big garden if you live in a posh area, if you want a nature meadow in the front garden.
You do you, right? Don't worry about what the neighbours are thinking. Although, as I said before, it's easier said than done. You can hear the comments as they walk past. We should have put a little sign up on ours when we'd let it go and just say, this is a meadow for the bugs. Deal with it.
Bee garden. Phil says, whatever you are, be a good one.
I like that.
I like it.
I like that a lot.
If life is getting you down, try and get back on the escalator.
Nice.
Porky says, the day you plant that seed is not the day you eat the fruit. Very true.
These are good.
Yeah.
You're on form tonight, you lot.
Sharon, today we will live in the moment unless it is unpleasant, in which case we will eat a cookie.
Wow.
I like that. Tina, if you resell, download the ka-ching.
As it brings a smile to your face.
Okay.
Tonight's wows are also good. Yeah, they're particularly good bunch of wows this evening. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Love that. Love that. Yeah. I've heard that before. Yes, it's all up here, isn't it?
Don't trigger Nick with chat about jumble sales.
It's one of those things, isn't it? I think it's the prejudice that you suffer just because you're trying to earn an honest living. There's a certain amount of prejudice going about where reseller is a dirty word. And I don't agree. Not only just because I'm one, I would agree if I wasn't one.
Yeah. I think Jack has a lot of them might have been watching a bit of Angela Rippon here. Think before you buy, and then say knickers and buy it anyway.
Yes, absolutely.
Treasure Trove says, life is a job lot of ups and downs ranging from excellent to acceptable condition, but all experiences prove useful in the end. Love it.
Let me read Darren's comment there quickly. I know it sounds a bit funny, but after having a heart attack last year, I am a lot happier in my life working part-time in Amazon and part-time reseller. I'm living the dream. Good for you. Yeah. And it's all about that, exactly that, finding what works for you. And for a lot of people, full-time reselling probably isn't it. It can be quite stressful. And I've known many people over the years who have a job that they like, and reselling just gives them that extra and that creative outlet. And yeah, I think that's, in many ways, that's the perfect situation. You've got the income you can rely on from the wage, and then the reselling is that extra bit on top.
Janet says, never follow anyone else's path unless you're lost.
These are good. We should do a wow to ourselves every night. Good for the soul. Yes, we all should.
Yes. Marcus says, take the time to appreciate everyone and everything because you don't know how long it will be there. That's so true.
Well, I think Marcus and Rachel have had that. Life gives you little wake-up calls every now and again. I know you two have been through it, losing your neighbour this week. But it does. And I think you have to be open to listening to what life is telling you sometimes. Because life does teach you to appreciate things, but only if you're able to listen to it.
Yeah, for sure. Martina says, always be you and don't get swayed by others wanting you to be somebody else. There are many of those.
That's another life lesson that can take us a whole life to learn. Yeah.
Right. Last one. Oh no, last two. Secret Carper says, don't place your mistakes in your head. It can weigh you down and crush you. Instead, place them under your feet and use them as a platform to view your horizon.
Whoa. These are good.
And Steve says, keep them talking, Jeff. I think they're wondering if I'm a reseller. Oh, I said last two, but quickly, Phil. Remember that failure is an event, not a person. Yesterday ended last night.
Oh, that's good. Where are you getting these from? I like that one a lot. Yeah. And also, failure doesn't define you. Failure is exactly what Phil says. It's an event that's happened, right? You don't hold on to it. I've had so many failures.
But it teaches you.
But they're stepping stones up to where you are. Yeah,
it teaches you.
Exactly. Right. Would you like to pick one? We've had so many good ones.
Oh, well, shall we end with that one?
We can end on that one then. That certainly struck a chord. Well done, Phil. You got him right at the end there. We're going to leave you with that. Remember that failure is an event, not a person. Yesterday ended last night. Yes. And the failure isn't you. It's what you did and it's gone. It's in the past for a good reason. Yeah.
And quickly, it's Figgy says, I quit my full-time job so I could get a part-time job in a shop and resell part-time too. It was a great idea. Much happier.
Fantastic. Exactly. You found what's working for you. And that's all we can ask for, isn't it? To find something that makes us happy.
Jacko's allotment's been in hospital. I had 2 experiences on my health in the last 12 months. And the last one, I was in hospital for 3 weeks. Life is for today.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll end on that then. Yes, we all don't know what's around the corner.
We don't. For ourselves or others.
You can't take tomorrow for granted, somebody told me once.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a morbid thought, it's a positive thought. Right. I think we'd better go before we start reading out more comments. Okay.
Thanks.
So I think we are here. We are away for the whole day. We're getting everyone together that's involved with the app to do some planning for launch. But I think we're going to be back here in time for this next Sunday. Fingers crossed we will be.
Yeah.
So we'll see you here next week. And be on time, all you late people. I'm joking. Do what you like. Right.
Have a good week, everyone.
Ta-ra.
Bye.